Alright gang, just warming up the truck for a mini adventure. A 283 popped up on the old internet for what I believe is the right price. I don't know anything about it. It just says it runs. Somebody swapped an LS something. So I'm gonna pick it up. It's gonna be plan B for this thing in case it actually does throw a rod. In case that telltale heart knocking is indeed knocking. Alright, let's go. All right, fellas, so we got this thing back home. By the time I got there to go check it out, it was indeed dark out. So I didn't really get a good look at it. 283, I at least ran the numbers, 67-ish. Guy said it came out of a Chevelle, and I haven't really had a chance to look over it. I did turn it. It turns very easily by hand. It has 0 oil in it, but it has 0 water in there either. So this thing did sit outside covered for 2 months. And that made me super nervous. But it was freezing cold and it was $275. And that's how, 283 for $275. That's, that's probably going to come home with me. It's Craigslist. So if you could tell me it's running, then I'm probably going to believe you. Let's take a closer look at a couple things I know about it, which really is going to lead to all the things that I don't know about it. So, what do we know about it? Almost nothing. It looks basically stock. Now, basically stock for a 67 Chevelle, or any other passenger car, I believe, with a 283 of that year, will have these, which I did not notice on the night, but was excited to find the next morning. For those of you at home, those are power pack heads. For those of you much better than me, I don't really know what that is, but I know it's good. So, but it has the stock 2-barrel. I believe that makes this a 283 195 horse motor. Somebody correct me. I'm not an expert. Now, these exhaust headers actually kind of excited me because the power pack heads don't have accessory holes, we'll notice, but these exhaust manifolds do have the bracketry I need. And these cast iron headers actually look like they potentially could maybe possibly clear the steering box in this truck. So that's good news. Guess it was an automatic car. Sure. It's clearly had a Craigslist rebuild, as Vice Grip Garage would say, because it's been spray painted. That's a huge oil filter, so it'll be interesting to take that off and cut it and see what's going on in there, if anything. I'm a little bit afraid that maybe these bolts are broken off, but because they're bolts, if they broke, I would assume they would break here. So I'm hoping that's actually okay. And then there's the obvious. Behind the spray paint and besides all of that razzmatazz, somebody clearly loves their Chevrolet branded stuff. So we've got a bunch of bolt-on accessories. We've got valve covers, these whoop-de-doos. Somebody's taken the balancer off and the timing chain cover has been replaced with these things I don't like at all. And we have fancy pants oil pan. So what does that mean? I don't have a clue what it means, frankly, because who goes through the trouble of masking off cast iron headers, because you can see the overspray here, putting all this chrome stuff on, pulling the oil pan, pulling everything off the front to put a Chevrolet branded timing cover on it, and then leaves a stock cast iron 2-barrel intake, and then paints the unit with all of that stuff. I don't know, man. So I'm thinking if you pull the oil pan and there's a bunch of junk in it, you don't really go any further. That is, unless you're just trying to dial it up to sell it to an idiot like me. So I'm a little perplexed at, the priorities on this motor, because literally nothing performance has been added or left on the motor. But why would you pull the timing chain cover? Do you really want it to say Chevrolet behind the water pump that bad? I mean, this is a matching set, so, somebody did the whole 3-piece suit. I don't know when we'll get to the motor swap on this. Honestly, I like the 6, so I may have to get forced into it, but maybe if you guys are interested in this or can tell me some more about it in the comments, like anything that you notice about this that I may not notice. Honestly, like, what are these plugs for? Anyway, put it down in the comments, because we're definitely gonna do something with this motor. I will check the compression on it. Maybe we can pull the valve covers and kind of see what's going on. Give it the old once over before we just assume and plop her in. Although that is literally how I do every motor swap, is I buy it from a guy on Craigslist and I go, oh, okay, sure, it's probably fine. And then I put it in, and usually I run it for years and years and years and years without any trouble. But I'm looking for old stock stuff that nobody's monkeyed with too hard. So I'm assuming, just because of the chrome, that nobody's actually bothered to monkey with this performance-wise, because I have great luck running stock things very reliably. And performance stuff just goes, you know, it just gives you trouble. Welcome to the next 283 to join this other 283. And then there's a 283 in there. I like 283s, you know what I'm saying? So for now, we're just gonna get it out of here, throw it in the garage, turn it into yet one more trip hazard, and you know, that's what we're gonna do. So anyway, thanks for watching Between the Sharks. Good luck on your projects out there. We will see you next time.